So Shaq's baby. You can imagine Shaq's baby. He goes when he was 3 years old. He was looking eye to eye with Katt Williams. Katt Williams is small. He's looking eye to eye with him, right? And he goes, but not only is he big, he's dumb like Shaq. He's thick like Shaq. So trying to find out what this big baby wants was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And he talks about how he's running around the house and he picks up his fluffy toy. Do you want this? No. Runs, goes to get his bottle. Do you want some milk? No. And they keep running around the house. Do you remember that joke?
I do remember the joke.
Yeah, and then there's another part. The funniest part of it is where he talks about how Shaq's baby can only repeat the last word that you say to him.
That was funny.
So he's like, oh, yeah. Do you want some chicken or some candy? Oh, candy. And then to trick him, he's like, do you want some candy or a whooping? Oh, whooping. That's comedy genius. That is comedy genius.
Yeah, you know. Oh, we here.
Welcome back.
We back. Yeah.
Back for another episode today.
Yeah. Welcome back to the best podcast in the world. Oh yeah. Oh, he's taking him out already.
Taking him out already. Yeah. Yeah. Bragging myself.
Someone called the doctor.
We're back. We're back again. I'm back, baby.
He's back.
I'm back, baby.
To the best podcast in the world.
Yeah, the best one.
It worked for Logan Paul, so he just said it randomly.
Who's Logan Paul? Who's he?
He just said it randomly.
with
With
people.
Oh,
Flipping Joker.
NFT guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Coffeezilla guy.
Yeah. So yeah, no, but we're back with another episode, and
He is.
the main thing. Have you guys been watching Club Shay Shay?
Oh,
Katt Williams.
Have I? I have watched that
blown
episode
up.
at least 5 times.
What? It's not
Seriously.
2 hours long.
I know. Tell me about it.
10
I
hours you
loved
like
it.
and watched it.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Like, boom. I want to do it again. Because sometimes you might miss things first time you watch it. Yeah.
No,
I didn't miss a
it.
thing. I didn't miss a thing.
No,
I watched
honestly,
it.
I did. When I rewatched it, I was like, oh my God, I missed this part. Then I watched it again. I was like, oh my God, I missed that part as well.
Yeah, it's the way that he just blew up the whole. He exposed everything.
Yeah.
You know what he said? He said before that, he goes, listen, anyone can get it. American, African, Mexican, anyone can get it.
Pakistan.
Whoa.
Pakistan.
What?
I was meant to say
Wow.
Pakistan. Pakistan.
KSI moment here.
I know, yeah, I'm gonna get
To be
cancelled
fair,
before it was
we
fine.
are Pakistani, so.
Yeah, we can say it. We can say it. Say it loud and proud. Say it with the chest.
What?
But it's mad how we spoke about P. Diddy was the biggest one.
Nah.
No,
I
because
think Kevin
it's
Hart
all-
was the biggest
Kevin Hart
one.
was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin Hart. Yeah,
Kevin
but
Hart. Yeah. Cedric the Entertainer. Steve Harvey.
Michael Blackson.
Yeah, he's had beef with Michael Blackson, though.
Yeah. Well, Michael Blackson, like he always says, you know, how long was he in the movie for? He was in the movie for about a minute next Friday, and then that's it. His part was over. Funny, very, very funny. It's a very memorable part of the movie.
Yeah.
But
But
the end.
Katt Williams wasn't even in that one.
yeah, oh no, he wasn't.
He was in Friday.
He was in Friday.
Yeah,
Next,
he was in
yeah.
Friday.
I can't remember him in Friday, you know?
In Friday,
No,
he
not
was
in
the
Friday,
guy
it
who
was
was the,
no.
you know, he was in next Friday.
Oh, next Friday.
Yeah, it was the next Friday when
Michael Blackson, when he walks into the
when he
store.
walked into the store with the CD. He's like, I can't get jiggy with this shit.
Yeah. Come on, get more that fucker.
Yeah, that's the only CD he had. He was returning a CD in the,
No,
in the
I'm talking
music
about
store.
Katt Williams.
Cat Williams is in Friday.
Oh,
After
Friday
Next.
after next.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah, he was in Friday. After
he
Next.
was
Is Money Mike.
Money Mike.
Money
yeah,
Mike,
Money Mike the pimp.
When he walks out with the little switch,
Yeah,
his
I
little
loved
razor
it.
blade, he's like, "Yeah, I'm about to see that, man." Yeah. But speaking of that, comedy is a big part of all our lives, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
For me, I think my go-to genre is comedy. So if I was going to watch a movie or watch something in my downtime,
Romantic comedy, right? That's what you go for.
He loves them
think-
rom-coms.
yeah.
they call
I'm
me
a
Mr.
rom-com.
Romantic.
Yeah.
Let me find
10 things I hate about you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, romantic comedy is a big thing, right?
Yeah, you love your
Yeah,
rom-com.
you love it. You love it. You love your
I
rom-coms.
can't do. I can't do. I'm not
fair.
gonna lie.
Yeah, own it. That's all. Yeah, just own it. Yeah, fine.
But
fair dues,
think
right?
about
Floats your boat.
comedy, right?
Okay, sorry, I know you're going to go into that, but there's one rom-com that I just love.
Which one?
Yeah, and it's Just Friends.
Just
Who's in that?
Friends. Is that what's his face from Free Guy?
Yes.
What's his
Ryan
name?
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah,
And
Ryan
who?
Reynolds.
And is he like a really big guy?
Yeah, he was like really fat.
And
at
then
the
he
beginning.
goes really super
yeah,
skinny.
and he like really likes this girl, and then she rejects him.
Yeah.
And then he becomes like super skinny because he got hated on. He's like, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, you know what? I watched one the other day with the Missus with Ryan Reynolds. I think it was called The Proposal. Him and Sandra Bullock. And
Yeah,
she's the
yeah.
boss. And
Yeah.
she's forcing him to get married to her.
Yeah.
Decent.
I'll
to
tell
be
you what,
fair.
I
It was
think you
alright.
guys watch more rom-coms than me. It's your secret obsession, isn't
I'm
it?
gonna be honest, it kind of is for me. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what?
I do love a good rom-com.
Every now and again, you just need to feel a bit of loving, don't you? So,
I don't know what it is about them.
the movies that bring you up,
Make you
don't they?
feel good.
Remember that time you told me, I've just watched a rom-com. I was like, what is it? You said The Godfather. It was a bit weird.
I mean, there are some romantic elements in there, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you one thing, Kate, and one thing only.
yeah.
So, speaking of comedy, you know that there's 13 different types of comedy.
13.
13 different types of comedy.
Oh, that kind of ties into our 13 months from our last podcast.
Yes.
13. It always comes back,
guess
doesn't it?
what?
The turtle. It's the turtle.
It's Friday the 13th.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
No, it isn't.
it is. It's Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay. It's Friday the 13th, the movie, you mean?
Yeah, in some other calendar somewhere else.
Yeah,
Maybe on the
fair.
Mayan
Not right now.
calendar.
Yeah, in the Mayan calendar. Yeah.
13 types of comedy. Do you reckon you guys, between you, could tell me all the different types of comedy?
I think we could give it a go.
Should we give it a go?
Right.
Okay.
So
Right,
you've got
I'll let
rom-com.
you know, Phaser. Yeah,
You've got romantic comedies,
Okay,
Yeah, but
romantic.
in romantic comedies, like, give us an example.
like The Proposal.
Okay, rom-com. Is okay. You tell
Rom-com
me,
is
is that
one. Yeah, it
okay?
is one.
Rom-com.
It is one.
Okay. Satire.
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 Parody.
Parodies.
Parodies.
Yeah.
I love parodies.
Yeah.
Now,
Slapstick.
parodies. Wait, parodies.
Yeah.
What's the most famous parody that you can think of?
Scary movie.
Scary movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
I grew up
Scary
on that
movie.
shit.
What was that?
I
other
still
one?
watch it. Still
It's
watch
funny,
it. Like
it's
maybe like
funny,
last week, I
yeah.
watched Scary Movie 1 and 2. 'Cause I love
No,
it.
I think the best
You've
one's
got
Scary
too
Movie
much time,
2.
bro.
Yeah, Scary
No,
Movie.
I have it on while I'm working, so a little bit of background noise. I'll whack on like a movie.
No, you can't whack a movie in background.
I've watched
can,
it that
of course
many
you can.
times. I can hear it and I know exactly what's
What's
happening.
Yeah.
That's the stage I'm at.
But I think Scary Movie 2 is the best. Do you know which one that one is? When they
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
the
We go to the
haunted
haunted house.
And he walks in and he's like, take my strong hand. Or my gems.
Yeah,
That's one.
yeah.
But which one is it where the most iconic line, I think, from comedy or parodies? Yo, pick up the phone.
What's that?
What's that?
I tell you another parody, right? And I absolutely love this parody. And your dad hates it.
Loaded Weapon.
Loaded Weapon. It's a parody of a bit of Die Hard in there. It's got a bit of
right.
it's like Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It's a parody of.
it's a parody of that.
Yeah.
I love that film.
Do you know what? I don't think I've ever watched
It's got so many big names in that film as well. Whoopi Goldberg, Sam Jackson, Charlie Sheen's younger brother.
Is it?
Yeah. And then who was Kirk? What was his name? Captain Kirk. He played Captain Kirk.
Captain Kirk.
No idea.
Yeah, well, Captain Kirk's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That English guy.
Oh, that English guy. Yeah.
No, that
Yeah.
English guy. I can't
That-
remember his name,
yeah.
man.
That one.
Do you remember Home Alone 2?
He likes
Yeah,
his tea.
one sec. Remember Home Alone 2? In the
Yeah.
elevator, the concierge guy. The guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but he's
Yeah.
in Scary Movie 2 as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in Scary Movie 2.
Oh, no,
he's
no,
in there
no,
as well.
No, sorry. You're on about...
He's in Scary Movie 2. He is in Scary Movie 2. He's the professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the professor.
Yeah. The
one
professor
in the
who's
wheelchair?
organised. No, he's not the professor, is he?
Oh, no, the one who's like hosting the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
stage and the whole... Yeah.
I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name for the
It's
life
all
of
right.
me.
Someone can let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
Drop in the
but
comments.
he's in it
what
as
his name is.
well. So it's quite a star-studded cast.
Yeah. But that's what parodies have to be, though, don't they? You have to have a star-studded cast. Because
No,
who
not
else is gonna watch
really.
it?
Not really. Like Scary Movie didn't have any star-studded.
Oh, yeah,
When,
of course
The
they
first one when it came out.
Wayne's Brothers.
That was it. That was literally it. Everyone else was a nobody.
What's the face from Dictator?
Dictator came out way after.
Yeah.
I know, but she was in that movie as
Yeah,
well.
I know. That's the point. So when it came out, they weren't.
They were a lot,
yeah,
the only
they weren't-
somebodies were the Wayne's
Yeah.
brothers.
Yeah.
I guess, you're going to start somewhere. Right, okay, so parodies. Yeah, parodies is another one.
Yeah, slapstick.
Slapstick. What
Dog.
sort of slapstick? Well, slapstick.
Yeah.
What sort of comedy is that?
Like
Naked
Laurel
Gun?
Hardy type.
Is Naked Gun?
I
slapstick?
wouldn't say slapstick is
Oh,
naked
okay,
gun,
what
no.
is slapstick? If you say slapstick, I don't know
So
what
slapstick, the best example of slapstick
Like
is...
Pink Panther. Pink Panther is definitely slapstick. Pink
Yeah,
Panther
well,
is
Naked Guns
100%.
like that. And even that Repossessed.
Yeah.
No, but they're sort of
Pink
but
Panther is
you could
1000%
class it-
slapstick comedy.
But slapstick comedy is more like Charlie Chaplin sort of stuff. You know, that's outrageously funny, but it's just stupid funny.
Yeah, like Pink Panther.
So, I mean, slapstick comedy, it says, involves physical comedy. Charlie Chaplin, you know, he just bash his head.
What was that? Harry and Lord, what were they called?
Laurel and Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah,
Laurel
okay.
and Hardy, yeah.
They're slapstick then.
And that was actually popularized in the early 20th century. So it actually stems from Italy. So Charlie Chaplin, it had a sort of Italian vibe. I'm sure he was Italian, wasn't he?
I don't
Charlie
know.
Chaplin was American.
He was American. We must have like immigrant parents.
Yeah,
Maybe
maybe
Irish or
Italian,
something.
because it originated from Italy, and it was actually called Bataccio. Yeah,
Bataccio.
Bataccio.
The cousin
That
of
sounds like-
pistachio.
Yeah,
But,
that's what I was gonna say, yeah.
but funny story is we have a Punjabi version as well. It's called pistachio because we like to
Because you
take
take
the
it.
slapstick comedy.
You gotta love it. You gotta, yeah.
How was that slapstick? You didn't do anything.
Yeah. Pistachio, taking the pista. Yeah, right. So slapstick comedy. That's another one. Yeah, another one.
Dark.
And I
humor,
think
yeah.
personally, I prefer dark comedy over everything because the humor.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Wow. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, just kind of like that.
Some
dark
things are a
side.
bit better left unsaid.
No, but dark comedy is generally hilarious.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
And I think
It can be. It can
yeah,
be.
and the
Depends
biggest
on
names I think for dark comedy is like Ricky Gervais,
Ricky Gervais,
but the funniest one,
Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr.
I think all
what
his.
was that Scottish guy?
I know which one you're on about.
He has a beard now.
Beard, yeah.
I
He's
can't
old
remember his,
now,
yeah, I
isn't
can't
he?
remember his
He's
name now.
what's
He
his
wore
name?
glasses.
Billy Connolly.
No,
Bill-
not Billy Connolly.
No.
Not Billy Connolly.
Mr. Producer, who's that Scottish comedian? Just bring up Scottish comedians. 'Cause I can't remember this guy's name, and he is hilarious. But he was dark. He was very dark with his humor. And if I say his name, and if you look at him, you probably see who it is.
Remember that time that you said to me, "Oh, do you know that dark comedian, that comedian that tells all the dark humor and the dark jokes?" I was like, "Which one?" And he goes, "Oh, he's my favorite comedian." And I was like, "Who?" And he said, "Carrot Top." Carrot. Remember that?
Oh God Almighty!
yeah, I was very confused.
Even I would be with
Yeah.
Carrot Top.
Yeah.
You're
I
dark.
have no
I was
idea
very
who the hell's
confused.
Carrot Top.
Oh, yeah. How convenient that now you have no idea.
Actually have no idea who
Yeah.
Carrot Top is.
You said that was your favorite comedian.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, right.
He makes fun
who
out
was
of
the guy?
vegetables.
That's who it is.
Frankie Boyle. He's not
Frankie
dark
Boyle.
comedy.
Frankie
No,
Boyle.
he is dark.
He is dark.
very, very dark.
He is very dark. Listen,
Oh,
look,
he is very
you
dark.
check out some of his material. He doesn't care.
Remember that time you
anything.
told
I
me,
think
"Oh,
he's
I
worse than
really
Jimmy
love
Carr.
that dark."
He's worse than Jimmy Carr.
Carr.
He's worse than Jimmy
Yeah,
Carr.
yeah.
Way worse.
Because I think some of the stuff he said,
He's
he almost got
unfiltered.
cancelled. Yeah, he almost
Yeah,
got
yeah.
cancelled as well. Yeah, recently.
There's no filter.
I
on
mean,
Frankie
dark
Boyle.
comedy now is sort of a dying trade.
Yeah, because you can't say anything nowadays, can
do
you?
nothing
Without
offending
offending anyone.
somebody from this wing, that wing.
And it's like
Beat,
with
defeat.
Ricky Gervais when with his new one that came out, he was like everyone's trying to cancel him with his latest one that's come out this year. Well, I say this year, but it was like December.
But also when he was doing the Oscars as well.
Yeah.
But I think they just wanted to cancel it because he took the mick out of everybody, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was his job. That's what they brought him into.
And he does a very good job. He's very good at his job, Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, I don't like him anymore.
Right.
But,
Any other types of comedy you can
so
think
what
of?
have we had so far?
So you've had slapstick, you've had dark, you've had
Yeah.
rom-coms,
Yeah.
you've had parodies,
Yeah.
which you're right.
So what kind of category would like your Naked Guns fall into? Because
Definitely slapstick.
I was going to say
They are farce. So farce comedy is a thing.
farce.
So it's things like Home Alone is a farce comedy.
Home
because-
Alone.
Yeah.
I mean, that to even be categorized
as
as
a
a comedy,
is
is
It's not a
ludicrous.
comedy.
no Home Alone's not a comedy.
How is it not a comedy?
It's just a kids' movie.
Yeah, it's just a PG-13.
It's a
Yeah.
funny movie.
Yeah, but so was Cool Runnings. Nobody's
Yeah.
categorizing
It's a
that as a
comedy.
comedy.
Well, what do you reckon it is?
Yeah. What about Life? Would you have that as a
Yeah.
comedy?
That's a comedy as well.
Life is a comedy. Life is definitely
course
a
it's a
comedy.
comedy.
Fantastic movie, by the way.
His life is a comedy anyway.
Great movie. Great movie.
Just wanted to throw one in.
No, Hangover is another type of farcical comedy as
Yeah,
well.
fine. Hangover, I can see. Yeah.
Yeah, Hangover.
Yeah.
They are probably the two most popular that I can think of.
What else have we got?
But farcical, yeah, Naked Gun. I'd say they are farcical comedy.
Okay.
But moving on, another
Stand-up
type-
comedy.
No, well, stand-up comedy is a type of performance. So it's not a category of comedy, if that makes sense.
I mean, it is.
So we'll talk about that.
It is a
No, but we're
One second. How are you telling him what it is and what it
telling
isn't?
you.
He's telling you.
Yeah.
You don't tell me. I tell you.
Think of another type of comedy.
I'll let it go. I'll let it
get
go.
more
you
difficult
do
now.
that.
It's gonna get it is
Sir.
yeah, it's a bit more
I'll let
difficult
it go.
now because
I
these
don't know.
ones.
I don't
I'll
know
talk you
anymore.
through it. Right, I'll talk you through it.
Talk me
So,
through it.
self-deprecating comedy.
What does that even mean?
So that is when you
Taking the
stand
mick out
on
yourself.
stage. Like
Yeah.
you see it more.
Oh, one sec.
No,
Were
no,
you right? Stand on the stage.
no. The biggest form of it is stand-up comedians, where they stand on stage and they will
He just
take.
said stand up.
No,
You were like, no.
but
I
they-
backed you
I
up.
did.
They take
It's
the
an
piss out of
injustice.
themselves.
You know,
Self-deprecating.
You'll see
you
this a
take
lot.
The piss out of yourself.
Okay.
that's
So
so
you
you basically what I
constantly-
just said. You're taking the mick out of yourself,
Yeah, well, that's self-deprecating. Yeah.
and you ignored me.
Well, I'm busy. He's like, that's what Faisal just said.
Yeah.
That's what Faisal just said. But yeah, that's in essence that is.
Do we know any
self-deprecating.
comedian who does that?
Yeah. I would prefer Faz.
Oh, Vaz.
Right, sorry.
Calm down,
Faz.
Vaz.
Don't mind.
Yeah.
So, well, that's self-deprecating in itself. Calling himself fans. Should be Faisal. Consider yourself lucky.
Sir.
I'm trying to
my
think
gamer
of a
tag.
comedian who does it, but Rodney Dangerfield, very
Never
old
heard of him.
comedian.
Never heard of
Very,
him.
very old.
Name me. Hold on a minute. Name me one thing he's been in.
Stand-up comedian.
No. Name me one. Name me. Okay. Name me
me a
one of his
special.
shows.
Black
Yeah.
and white movies. That's the only thing
So
I
let
can
me just
think
get this right. Yeah. So you've just Googled the guy's name, but you've never actually seen him perform in anything.
He has no
Basically,
material.
What does it look
of.
like?
For our older audience, they will know who.
All right. Yeah. But would you know who he is?
I've seen a picture of him.
That's all that
I've
matters.
seen some of his
Look,
work.
you've seen his picture. You know what
I've
he looks
seen his
like.
still work.
And that's all that needs.
I've seen his still work
Oh, okay.
on Google Images.
Yeah.
His still
Again,
work.
guys,
That's all you
listen,
need.
you have to fact check, because sometimes on this podcast things could be said where if you don't fact check it, it can just go amiss. But I knew
Look at
you
him.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll carry
Yeah,
on.
he didn't know.
Sorry.
Right, so okay, another type is high comedy. Any idea what high comedy is?
Yeah, you smoke weed.
Like Friday. No,
Yeah.
Doggy dog. No. High comedy is like comedy for the higher and the upper class.
What?
Yeah. Really strange. Really strange.
Both synced there. What?
Yeah. But
For
that's,
the higher upper. Yeah.
but that's the thing. We won't understand it
Just
because
the
we're
shock
not
element
upper
there.
class,
One
are we?
must,
So-
one must tell comedy, but not
Milady.
Yeah.
Fedora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shakespeare's a good example of that because he was sort of writing comedy and sort of tragic comedies and things like that, but it was for the upper class people because poor people never used to go and watch it.
Because he couldn't afford to.
Yeah, so it's for upper class people.
But that doesn't exist
Another
really,
example here is
Yeah.
The Office, US or UK. That's
I
upper
love-
class. It's not really upper
Is
class.
How is that upper
no,
class?
but it's not really upper class. It's
It came on
sort of-
terrestrial TV that everybody could watch it.
Yeah.
No, but the comedy was based on being
A
sort
working
of
class.
like working class, but upper class.
So
How-
employed.
high
No, but
class.
how was it upper class? There was no high class
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, no.
Well, that's what Wikipedia said. So
Fair enough.
But
Fair enough. Yeah.
never, you know what they say
Yeah.
about Wikipedia. Trust everything on it. So
yeah,
I guess that's right.
it's non-farcical. So you know. Another one, situational comedy.
Like, I'm trapped in this whole.
But I'm gonna make a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
I'm stuck in an elevator.
A
but-
really good one for this is
I'm in a police chase and I'm throwing the car around and I'm like, ah.
yeah. But another good example of it is Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I love
Yeah.
that show.
My favorite show.
I love
My
that show. What's your
favourite
favorite
show.
episode?
Oh, I think it's the one where it's the NFL,
Okay.
and then he has to do all his rituals beforehand,
Okay.
and it's all about Charlie really. He just gets battered inside the ball. I like seeing people.
That was
suffer in
that.
pain.
I just want
find
to
it
put out
funny.
that was a low key fact check by Armenians.
No, but yeah, but
Make sure
you
you
watch
watched
it,
it.
don't you?
Yeah, I know which, I know
Danny
which one you're
DeVito's
talking
in
about.
it.
I love when Danny DeVito came in. It just went so much
You
better.
know, like you were saying about.
I thought he was in
putting-
it from the beginning, pretty much.
No,
No, he was
came
in-
second season is when he came.
Was
in.
it second season or second
Yeah.
or third episode?
No, second season.
Second season.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fact check that, Mr. Producer. But no, that is something I put on in the background all the time.
I do.
I've watched that
Yeah.
probably. I think there's about 14 seasons or 13 seasons.
Have you seen the latest one?
Yeah, they've been in Ireland.
Yeah, in Ireland.
Yeah.
Ah,
And
that
then they
is-
throw the body off the cliff.
Yeah,
And it just
yeah.
lands there at the top. And
Yeah.
that stuff is hilarious.
Yeah, I
That's
can't get
situational
involved
comedy.
because I've never-
But all
I've
right,
never
friends.
seen it.
You watch Friends?
Yeah, I watch Friends.
Situational comedy. There's
no,
always
never-
a situation they get stuck in.
I've never really seen Friends enough to even...
Ross, Rachel,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
situation.
fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter situation. New Girl.
What's New Girl?
New Girl. The
Netflix one.
no, not on Netflix. It's on.
New
I
Girl.
think it's FX.
No,
So
I've
like
never
Brooklyn
heard of it.
Nine-Nine, a New Girl.
I've
They had a
seen Brooklyn
crossover
Nine-Nine.
as well.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is sick.
Yeah, even
So
Brooklyn
funny.
Nine-Nine. That's the
Sad to hear
situational
he's
comedy.
passed away. The chief.
The chief passed away.
Yeah.
No,
He passed away last month.
What?
producer.
He passed
Oh
away.
my god!
With what?
I don't know with what, but he passed away.
He
last
wasn't that old.
Yeah.
month. Yeah.
He was quite young.
Must have been like early 60s, max.
Nah, I don't even think 60s. I think late 50s. How old was Captain Raymond Holt? Yeah,
Yeah.
61.
Early 60s, I told you.
Wow. He
Wow.
was good though. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys love that show, but you didn't know the chief had died over.
No, I try not to read the news. A lot of misinformation and lies.
Oh yeah, this is a lie. He's
You
actually
know,
alive.
He
He's
might have
actually
been alive, so you know.
He's alive and kicking. You had
yeah,
him. Right,
yeah.
okay.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, rest in peace. Another category, surreal humour.
Surreal.
Surreal. Yeah, I mean, this one, not my kind of humour. Monty Python.
I
Ever watch
love
Monty
Monty Python.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. Very typical
Old school,
British.
very old school,
Yeah,
yeah.
very typical British, but I don't know. It's too
You're a
farcical
very
for me.
naughty boy.
Yeah. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Yeah, that's the funniest thing in it all. I think. Yeah, surreal humour. That's another one. Tragic comedy.
Tragic comedy, like
Tragic
Titanic.
Oh damn.
The movie, of course. not the, So would you? Okay, one sec. Would you class Titanic as a rom com?
No, it's not comedy though, is
It's
it?
not a comedy.
It's a romantic,
The ship going
tragic
down.
romantic-
No, it's
everyone
more
laughing
of
and
like
joking.
It's a tragic
romantic drama.
I mean, I wouldn't class it as romantic. It is
Of course
romantic.
it was. It was a love
No, but-
story.
No,
it was
but
a love story.
no,
The whole premise of the Titanic movie
Was
is a love
love
story.
story.
No, it's not. It's
It is.
about the people dying and the whole tragedy of the Titanic.
No,
No,
it's
it
not.
isn't.
It's about Leonardo DiCaprio,
Kate Winslet,
Kate Winslet,
and
getting together.
no matter what happens, they will never be
Yeah.
apart.
That's why the iconic scene of
I'll never let go.
No, but that's a tragedy because there was enough space on that bloody door for them both to fit on.
yeah, that was comedy.
She was a
actually. That was quite
selfish-
comical.
Yeah. Paint me, Jack. Paint me, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, tragic comedy. Yeah. Another good one. Have you ever seen the movie on Netflix, The Upside?
Yeah.
No.
Kevin Hart
Yeah.
and Bryan
Yeah,
Cranston.
yeah.
No.
And it's sort of making light of. I don't know the character's name.
Not really
Bryan
Kevin Hart
Cranston, he's in a
fan, so-
wheelchair.
He's in a wheelchair. Yeah.
He's disabled.
And Kevin Hart is his
Kevin
like
Hart,
carer.
Yeah. That actually stemmed from a French movie.
Did it?
Yeah, it's actually.
What
a
was the
good
French
movie.
movie called?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You got easy on the fact checking. Wait,
Yeah, I've not got everything.
let him breathe.
Or another really good one, which we can all relate to,
Is
not for the wrong reasons. Don't get any ideas, guys. Four Lions.
4 lines.
I knew you were going to say Four
Four
Lions.
Lions.
12 bottles of bleach,
Please.
please.
Yeah.
Can't see it on the camera.
Can't see it on camera. Come out blurry. So many funny. Oh, I'm feeling dizzy. now.
Rubber dinghy
So
rapids.
many funny things came out of that movie.
Do you
But
want to
that
be the
is
pure in the right?
Yeah.
that was.
I want to be on the rides.
Yes, that is tragic comedy. Yeah, Four Lions probably the best example that we can relate to. Anyway, is
Why
not-
can we?
Why can we
Right,
relate
no,
to
Why,
it?
whoa,
Because-
hold on a minute.
Right, okay,
Why
right.
can we relate to
Muslim.
it?
Asian, Muslim, not terrorists, by the way. Nothing to do with terrorism. But it's just the jokes and the way that the
Yeah, but anybody
wordplay,
could
the way Brother
anybody
Wadges.
could-
No, but the way Brother Wadges, rubber ding rapids, bro. How many people do you know talks like that, bro?
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
You're making a scene.
We live in
And now
these
you're gonna
areas,
feel
man.
what
We
they're
used to
putting-
talk like that until 5
it's
years
like
ago.
Tupac said, "I'm alive. I'm not dead."
We are the martyrs. You're just smashed tomatoes. Allahu Akbar.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that's another one. Wordplay comedy.
Wordplay.
Yeah.
Like writing down the word play and then scrunching it up and then using it as a ball.
No.
No, oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I thought
So,
that's what you
like word association.
Puns.
Okay, puns.
Double
Oh, yeah.
entendres. Do you know what a double entendre is?
I've heard of it, but I
Heard
can't.
of it.
If you were to ask me what it is right now, I don't know.
So it's like saying a line or a statement which has two meanings. Kind of like that.
Give me an example.
You're dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, which one is it? You can't speak or
Yeah,
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 kind
double
of,
entendre.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, double
yeah,
entendre.
yeah. If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me? It's got two
Oh,
meanings.
yeah, okay,
Would you
yeah,
hold
yeah.
your body against me? I'm
Okay,
giving you a nice comment. Or it could be, if I'm saying that you've got a beautiful body, would you hate me for saying something like that?
Yeah.
Firstly,
just got two
firstly,
meanings.
can I just say, astaghfirullah,
Well,
number one. Yeah. Number two. Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason, he
He's
always tends
going
to
off
go
on a
down.
tangent again.
He tends to go down.
Astaghfirullah.
He'll actually throw that out now and
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Yeah,
But go on,
just to
what's
like
the
No,
show
sorry,
his
yeah,
like
no,
other
sorry,
side.
Go on, go on. We'll
that
carry on.
deadpan comedy. Yeah.
Oh,
Dead
okay,
jokes.
Yeah, deadpan, yeah.
Intentional lack of emotion. There's no emotion. It's like he's dead.
Zombied out.
Deadpan. Observational comedy.
Yeah. Like when you put two matchsticks on your eyes and just observe
Start
comedy.
looking.
Go to stand-up show. Two
I'm
matchsticks in the eye.
In phases,
Excuse me,
stand-up, yeah.
excuse me, sir. What are you doing? I'm practicing observational comedy.
Yeah, that's great. Observational comedy,
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
everyday life. You
Yeah.
see things like most comedians and stand-ups talk about everyday stuff.
Yeah.
Peter Kay, fantastic for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mom, baby's
yeah,
Falling in me, bro.
yeah.
Perfect example.
Quick.
Or the other one where he's been to the dentist, had his root canal done,
Yeah.
and he's still got the after effects, and he goes to a toll booth in Birmingham on the M6 and tries to put the money in, but he drops £1 underneath the car. But then because he tries and gets it from underneath the car, he passes out. He wakes up in hospital. Observational comedy. Yeah.
Peter Kay, what a legend.
He is a legend.
Yeah,
Like-
honestly, it really is.
In
Like, what a-
terms
what a
of British
blow up.
comedians,
Yeah.
I think
I think he's
Kay.
one of the best.
I think he is the best.
Yeah. Local lad as well.
Local,
Yeah.
we can relate so much to his jokes.
Yeah.
I think that's what really made him like blow because he was so relatable.
So
His
relatable.
comedy was so relatable.
And everything he said was just hilarious. And then the sketches he did, where
Yeah.
you know when he plays the music and he gets the words wrong and he thinks like these aren't the actual lyrics.
I remember when he did a show in Bolton and it was taped, and I used to have the VHS, and we used to put it in every day, and we used to sit back and we used to watch it every day.
Yeah. It's like in terms of British comedians. Well, those are the 13 types of comedy, right? Moving on from there, you got performances.
Yeah.
So this is what you were touching on before.
Yeah.
So the three types of performances: stand up,
Yeah. Acting.
acting. Well, no, sketch comedies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is like, what's the Key and Peele?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sketch.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
sketches.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Be
Harry
nice.
Enfield and Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harry
They were
Enfield
really
and
good.
Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got improvisational comedy.
Yeah, whose line is it anyway?
Whose line
Yeah.
is it
Who like?
anyway?
Yeah. I love
Love
that.
that.
Really,
I
really
love
good.
that. Yeah.
I think at some point, what season was it? I think they got like 13 seasons.
What?
Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
It's been going like since
Yeah.
the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's probably got like 30 seasons.
Yeah, it's going for a long time.
Yeah, like, I think
I can understand why though.
yeah,
It's that
in
popular.
terms of improvisational comedy, they
Yeah,
are
it's
probably
great.
the best.
Yeah.
It is great.
Can you name one of the comedians from there?
No, I don't actually know.
I don't
the
know
names.
one of them.
Just say
I
no.
know
They had the tall guy, the tall guy with the curly hair.
Yeah, he's
They had
been in
the
a few
shorter guy with the
movies.
bald, the bald with a head patch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was. Yeah, them two are the
But
best.
what's
yeah.
their
Them two are the
names?
funniest.
I don't know the names.
Jim and James.
James Rock.
Yeah, I don't know this. I know the tall guy with the curly hair. He's been in a few.
Paul and
films.
Peter.
No.
No.
Pete and Tong.
What?
Yeah, Pete and Tong.
Cheek and tongue.
Pete.
Pete and
Pete
Tongue.
And Tong.
What? He peaked his tongue.
No, it's all gone Pete Tong. No, this is just a joke.
Sorry.
That was funny. No. Yeah. So in terms of those, what comedy do you find best?
I love sketch shows.
Yeah, I do love sketch shows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Key and Peele. I've lost numerous hours.
So
Even
oh,
Dave
actually,
Chappelle.
sketch-
Dave Chappelle.
Dave
sketch.
Chappelle.
Dave
Yeah,
Chappelle
the
show,
Chappelle
yeah.
show was.
Love
yeah.
the Chappelle show.
Yeah.
Rick James.
Yeah, Rick
Yeah.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did five fingers say to the face?
Cold blooded. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting.
Charlie
Sketch-
Murphy.
Sketch comedy.
He's the guy.
I wouldn't say it's the top of my list.
No, I love
The
sketch
Chap-
comedy, but then again, you could like stand up and sketch are like two complete different
Different,
types of
yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
So you
Yeah.
I can't
It's
really
hard to
put them.
compare them. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really. I say
Because a lot
I
of
prefer
sketch,
one.
Yeah, because a lot of comedians that do sketch are also very good stand up.
Yeah, like SNL.
Yeah.
And what was the
SNL
Living
is
Color?
one that really annoys the
Yeah,
crap
Living
out of me.
Color. Jim Carrey.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie
well,
Murphy. What's his name, man? I'm so bad with names. He was in
Give us-
Django.
Jamie Foxx. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
He was in Django, Jamie Foxx.
but I'll tell you something. You know, there is a big difference between stand-up and sketch.
Of course there is.
Yeah,
But
of course there is.
Don't you
Different
think?
genres.
But don't you think sketch comedy is a lot easier than stand-up?
No.
Because you're using props, you're using scenarios, and it could be a whole range of different
Yeah,
things.
no, I
But
think.
when you're stood in a crowd,
But you can't
like,
compare
in
them
front
to
of the
the-
crowd.
Yeah, it's too different.
Yeah,
It's like
two
it's like
different
saying-
genres.
Yeah.
They are two different genres, but I'm just saying, which one do you think will be easier to do?
Easier to
Stand-up.
do.
Yeah, stand-up or sketch.
I think
think-
sketch from the thing that you can retake it. You can't retake standing in front of a live
Well,
audience.
say, all right,
And-
say, for example, you can't retake it, but it's a live sketch show. What do you reckon would be easier?
It's still a stand up.
Yeah, stand up is easier.
Even a live sketch show, loads of things. Have you
Yeah.
seen the show where everything goes wrong?
No.
No. Okay. Well, it's a British
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
comedy. Yeah, where
Yeah.
you know on the show basically everything goes wrong.
Right.
So and
It
it's,
is- it's
it's mighty, and it's mighty funny and it's done in front of a live audience and all the rest of it. But the point that I'm trying to make is that you can freestyle a sketch where even if something goes wrong, you can pick it back up.
so
yeah?
it's easier then. Isn't
Yeah.
It?
Whereas stand-up comedy, if you tell a joke and it
falls
does
flat.
not land
Yeah.
And it's dead.
and it's dead,
Well, it depends
You get
what sort of
heckled.
audience you got. No, it's not just heckled.
You get
Depends where you are as well. Like
Yeah,
an example,
yeah.
Def Comedy Jam, they would get rowdy. Like the crowd
Yeah,
will want
they
your
boo you
blood.
off that stage.
They'll boo you. They'll throw the
Pay for
chairs
blood,
at you. They do
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
That's why Bernie Mac with his classic.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
Rest in peace. Rest in
I ain't
peace.
scared of you.
Yeah. No, so I think personally, I think stand-up comedies are much more difficult.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It is more difficult.
Because
'cause-
sketch, you got your props to fall back on.
Yeah,
Even if you
because-
just trip over something
Yeah,
on the
this is it.
floor,
You know why?
People will find that hilarious.
Because stand-up comedy, it's unforgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unforgiving. You know, if you
It's
get booed off a
relentless.
stage,
So imagine
it's a
how
hard one to
much time people like spend creating their stand-up.
yeah, of course. Of
Well,
course.
if you're celebrity entertainer, you probably get someone to write it for you.
yeah, well, like Katt Williams, yeah, you get him to write for you.
Yeah.
But can I ask you a question? Do you
Go
think
on.
you could do it?
Stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Sketch 100%.
No, I'm not asking about sketch.
No, stand-up is tough.
Do you know? I've always thought about
I've
doing
always
stand-up
wanted to-
comedy.
I've wanted to give it a try.
Yeah,
me
I've
too,
always
yeah.
wanted to give it a try.
Yeah.
Like, I've had some material that I've written down
Yeah.
because at this, whether you want to believe it or not, but I was actually writing a sketch, not a sketch show, but like a comedy show.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but is that a stand-up?
No, so I was writing that, and then I was like putting some jokes there, and I was like, if I told these jokes in stand-up form,
Yeah.
I think it'd be like a boom, absolute seller.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I thought. So because of that, and like just some stuff that I've experienced.
Could you share something that you've written with us as a first world premiere?
What do you mean?
Like something that you've written that you'd want to share with us, like one of your jokes. Oh, I'll put you on the spot.
It wouldn't make sense because it was for the show that I was writing.
Ah,
So
okay.
you need the whole context.
Yeah.
I can tell you a bit about the show that I was writing.
Go on then. Let's hear about the show.
Let's hear about the show.
I want to hear about the show.
Right, so I'll tell you about the plot. That's all I'll tell you, the plot of it. So I was gonna call it lunchtime or lunch hour, right?
Right.
And it was office based.
I was just about to say lunch hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was literally all about when you go on your break, your lunch break, everyone like goes into that breakout room and just the conversations that happen and like little scenarios that kick off in that breakout room or during a lunch break.
I mean, some stuff goes down at these.
Yeah,
lunch rooms.
like sometimes you talk about things like they were like one of the opening scenes.
I can't
was,
believe what Jennifer said to me.
Yeah. So one of the opening scenes was something that actually happened at my workplace. So a girl comes, you come in. Have you heard about Jennifer? "Well, what happened? She went off crying. What do you mean?
Oh
she went
my
off crying?
God. Why?
Because what's his name? Sat right next to her, farted,
No
and
way.
it stunk so bad that she was like, yeah, because it stunk so bad, she started crying her eyes out. Yeah, that was
No
like one
way.
of the little scenes that kind of there, and that's like a few others. That was
You always
there.
get one in the lunch break.
Someone's eating the lunch.
Someone's eating their lunch.
You know,
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never had that.
That
And
was
the message goes out. and it's always a message that goes like this. I've been to the fridge and it seems my food has gone missing. Whoever the person is who's taking my food,
Whoever's responsible.
yeah, whoever's responsible for taking my food, can you please make sure that you put it back, as I've made that food for myself and I'm not going hungry. So if you can just return my food, that'd be great. The food never gets returned, by the way.
Yeah, it never does. It's been eaten.
It's been eaten.
Yeah. Let me go regurgitate that
let me
food
just
for
take that
you.
food back.
Put it back in the box.
Yeah, there you go. In a box, back in the fridge.
I've never had anyone take my food.
I don't know. Yeah, but it's happened.
Very rarely I
yeah,
used to
it
take
happens.
food into
It
work anyway.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
does
for me.
happen. It does happen. So yeah, so that was also a scenario. Someone's food gets taken.
I can see that would be really good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, who would you have? Which
I cast
actor-
myself in it.
You cast yourself in it, but
Yeah.
who else would you cast in your drama? Your
What do you mean,
comedy?
like-
Would you have
Me.
Kevin Hart? Would you have?
No, like famous people. No.
Peter Kay.
I'd never have like
No,
anyone.
but if you
famous.
could have one, who would you have?
You're not Peter Kay, man.
Who would play a good role in that?
Definitely.
Peter Kay would play a great role in it.
Peter Kay, I think he could adapt
Yeah.
that easily.
Yeah, Peter Kay would play a great role. Riz Ahmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely.
Riz
have him in.
Ahmed,
Yeah,
alright.
he'd be good.
He plays Saj, don't he?
maybe.
Who plays Jennifer?
You could play Jennifer.
Only on weekends.
I'd get Jessica Alba if I could.
Elba. Oh my god. Right, okay.
Yeah, so that was what it was, and I'm still working on it. So don't anyone be frigging taking that.
Yeah, don't steal no ideas. Not
Yeah.
like Cedric the Entertainer
Yeah.
stealing Katt Williams' ideas.
Katt Williams. He cracked open a can of whoop ass
He did.
on
He
everybody.
did.
Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, Mr. Potato Head. Yeah.
Steve Harvey. Do you find Steve Harvey funny?
I do find him funny in Family Fortunes.
He's not though, because all he does is he just goes like,
Huh? What?
"God help me." That's all he does. There's no
No,
joke.
but he's funny in Family Fortunes. He's
Or
funny.
like the British version, Gino De Campo.
I
he's not a
Dino.
comedian though. He's a
No,
chef.
well, you could class him as a comedian.
He's not a comedian. He's a
No.
chef.
He's a
though.
chef,
Yeah.
but he's
he's
funny.
a funny
He's funnier
chef.
than Steve Harvey. I think he's funnier than Steve Harvey
Yeah,
in
I
Family
don't know if I'd go that
Fortunes.
far, but
I wouldn't go
what
that
he's
far.
presenting Family Fortunes.
Yeah, the British one.
Oh no, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Is
I
Is
watched
that
it
a
a few
recent
times.
thing or?
Must be.
And I always think that he always that accent's not real.
What, Gino?
Yeah,
Of course it's.
I think he
real.
puts it on.
No.
But it's real. He's Italian, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's been here for donkey's years.
Yeah, but you don't lose your accent.
Yeah, but you were born here and you don't sound British.
Yeah, I do. I do very much.
Oh,
Sound like you
bloody.
come from Pakistan a week ago.
I approve of the
don't talk
Simpsons.
to me like that.
Thank you, come again.
Yeah, you sound more British doing that than you do talking normally. How does that one? Figure that one out.
Oh, we'll never
No,
figure that one out.
Right, it's Steve Harvey. I don't find him funny,
Yeah.
but in terms of funny comedians, I think at the top of the list is Katt Williams. For me.
He's not my top.
He's not my top. Katt Williams is funny. He is funny.
He is
Katt
funny.
Williams,
Like
is
his American
hilarious.
Hustle. That was class.
That is the funniest stand-up.
That was class.
I grew
Every day
like-
I'm hustling, and he's like,
Okay, but name me something else in that podcast. Not a podcast, so that
American Hustle.
American Hustle. Besides the everyday hustling.
about the joke about Shaquille O'Neal's baby.
Yeah.
So when he's talking about Shaq's baby. You can imagine Shaq's baby. He goes when he was 3 years old.
Yeah.
He was looking eye to eye with Katt
Yeah.
Williams. Katt Williams is small. He's looking
Yeah.
eye to eye with him, right? And he goes, but not only is he big, he's dumb like Shaq. He's thick like Shaq. So trying to find out what this big baby wants was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And he talks about how he's running around the house and he picks up his fluffy toy. Do you want this? No. Runs, goes to get his bottle. Do you want some milk? No. And they keep running around the house. Do you remember that joke?
I do remember the joke.
Yeah. And then there's another part. The funniest part of it is where he talks about how Shaq's baby can only repeat the last word that you say to him.
That was funny.
So he's like, oh, yeah. Do you want some chicken or some candy? Oh, candy. And then to trick him, he's like, do you want some candy or a whooping? Oh, whooping. That's comedy genius. That is comedy genius.
yeah, you know, Katt Williams is funny. However, I don't think he's the GOAT. Like,
But who would you say then?
well, you've got some great stand-up.
You got
Yeah.
great. They
comedies.
are great.
Yeah.
like,
You got
like Eddie Murphy Raw,
great.
the original. You know?
Yeah.
Although he's lived off that for many a year.
But that's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
He's that great that he did two. He
Yeah.
did this War and then Delirious, wasn't it? Eddie Murphy Raw, and then there was Delirious and Raw. There wasn't it?
Yeah.
But that's all he's ever done.
Yeah.
But it was
But then
so
he went
iconic.
into,
as well.
He
Yeah.
went into movies.
Yeah, but it's still so iconic. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe he didn't have enough, material for stand-up.
No, because he went into movies, and you got to think of his jokes in Raw. Think of his jokes in
They were raw.
in Delirious.
Yeah.
If he came back on stage with those kind of jokes,
He'd never do it now.
he'd never do
you
it
couldn't
now.
get away with it
He,
now,
he couldn't do that type of comedy now because the
Can't
times
get
have
away.
changed, haven't they?
Yeah.
This is it.
Kind of thing.
I do think though the ultimate goal has to be Dave Chappelle.
For me, yeah, Chappelle.
Has
Dave
to be.
Chappelle is up there.
Yeah.
No, he
one of the
is.
greatest.
He's not up there. He is the greatest.
For me, for
he's
me,
the guy.
this is for me personally.
Yeah.
Right, he is the GOAT for me.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up watching Dave
Dave
Chappelle,
Chappelle, yeah.
and
The Chappelle
way more than Katt Williams. Yeah,
Yeah.
and his stand-ups, Killing Me Softly, is probably like for me
Yeah,
one of the
the
best
best,
stand-ups
yeah.
ever.
What's the most memorable part of
Baby on the corner.
Baby on the
There's
Corner?
Baby in the Corner, and when he talks about being with his nephew, right? And he's like, yeah, when you watch these little kids shows, but you're watching them as an adult, and it's like so different.
Yeah.
So he starts talking about Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he talks about Sesame Street teaching kids how to treat hobos.
yeah.
Because the guy that's in the trash
garbage
can,
can, yeah, the trash can.
They treat him like crap on that show, yeah. And then the Count, saying he's a pimp.
Yeah.
One, two. And that I love that part. And then one that I really laughed and loved was when he talks about Pepe Le Pew. Yeah, like Pepe Le Pew's like this pervy guy that's just trying to get the girl all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember watching Pepe Le Pew thinking, freaking hell, this guy just doesn't give up no matter what happens to him. He's always trying to get that girl.
I know in the Chappelle show we did a lot of sketches about Eddie Murphy's brother, Charlie Murphy.
Yeah, Charlie Murphy was
Charlie
in them.
Murphy.
And then Prince as well.
Yeah.
He's talking about Prince, or Lil Jon was his go-to. What? Yeah.
But then if you think, like in terms of that, the whole cancel culture thing, Dave Chappelle, how much they tried to cancel him.
Well, even on his latest stand-ups as well, he's talking about LGBTQ.
Yeah, he
plus
talks about it.
transgender.
He loves
Yeah.
talking about
and,
it.
and he doesn't hold back.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And he says, I'm going to offend some people, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I ain't scared of you, man.
Well, they try to make out he was a crack addict.
the crackhead.
Where
His name is
the
Katt
whole
Williams.
thing happened around the Chappelle show.
Yeah. Have you seen Katt Williams tell that story
Yeah.
about the Dave Chappelle
Yeah.
and that whole?
They
little
told
thing?
him.
Yeah,
And that's what they did. They did.
By the time you leave this room, the
Yeah.
world gonna know you as a crackhead.
Yeah.
And he's like,
And
by the time he got home, Dave Chappelle's a crackhead.
It's mad like how the industry tries to cancel you by putting bad things to you.
Yeah, but what is it? What is it? At the end of the day, it's vying for ultimate control of the cash cow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you,
But that's what I mean. Dave Chappelle was an independent artist.
yeah. Because do you know how much he
Katt
earned?
Williams was an
yeah,
independent
you
artist.
earned him over 100 million. Or
500 million he
Yeah.
earned him. And they're like, you've earned way more than your contract, so
Contract,
we're gonna
yeah,
give you
yeah,
like 10%
Yeah.
of that 500 million.
Yeah.
No, that's taking the
Yeah.
making.
They were offering. That's what they were offering him, 50 million.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. That.
And turned it down.
So, what do you reckon to Kevin Hart there? Because Kevin Hart now, if you think about the scale of things, Dave Chappelle is a legend, Martin Lawrence legend, Eddie Murphy legend.
I
But
think you
Kevin
have
Hart-
to give Kevin Hart his props. Yeah. Regardless, take out of what Katt Williams has said about him, that he's a mole in the industry and all the rest
Yeah.
of it. And how could he blow up so quick and all the rest of that.
Yeah.
Take that out of it, yeah. His initial stand ups were funny.
At the beginning.
At the beginning, yeah. They were funny. And ultimately-
Slowly, they're slowly gone.
yeah, they have come down slightly, but I don't think that he considers himself a stand-up comedian anymore.
No,
I don't-
He's an actor.
I think
now.
he's
an
too.
actor.
Yeah, he's an actor now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all he does now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Movies.
He's a comedian.
His latest stand-up was the first one I went to go and watch.
Yeah.
And I've for years, because obviously Katt Williams was off the radar for a while. And
You went to watch
Hart, Yeah, I went to watch him
right.
in Manchester.
No, I'm just wondering why
And
there was no invite. But okay, anyway.
I didn't know you then.
Oh,
6 months ago.
okay.
But I went to have a look, and
Well, known you for God knows how many.
yeah, and yeah, it didn't quite hit the spot like the other stand-ups did.
yeah.
Because the other stand-ups were like, say it with the chest.
Do you think you were going in with too much of a high
I
expectation?
think, yeah, too much of a high expectation, but he didn't live up to that expectation.
Yeah.
And at that point, you need to consider, well, some of the greats like Eddie Murphy maybe has thought, well, I've not got the material anymore to keep up that high standard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's
but you know
stick
what
to
he did
movies.
get? You know what he did get?
Who?
Kevin Hart.
He got paid.
He got paid.
Oh, he got paid, yeah.
He
yeah.
got paid.
No cash.
But-
He went on for an hour and he got
Yeah.
paid.
Yeah, he got
So
paid.
considering he is one of the greatest as well, yeah. But is
Yeah,
that
you've
because
gotta
of
give
his
him his
comedy,
props.
or is that
You've gotta
because
give
of how big of a brand he is? Because Kevin Hart is not just a comedian; he's a brand.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's a brand. Big smile on your face.
He's a
It
brand.
just reminds me of that interview of his. I'm not going to wear a dress that I'm a brand. Kevin. Yeah.
Well,
And
there
he
you
comes
go.
out in a
Again,
dress.
he
There's
went out in a
times where you
dress.
just gotta say no.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
I'm a
like,
brand.
He sold it. He sold himself out.
But you know who else I rate very, very highly?
Go on.
And he was very much like a cultural icon in the South Asian community, which was no.
I was gonna say Russell Peters.
Russell Peters.
So okay, so here I want you guys to go back, right? Cast your minds back.
Yeah.
So growing up, I'll give you mine first. So growing up, I grew up on Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
watching Raw and Delirious.
Yeah.
Yeah, grew up on obviously Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Then I would say your dad introduced me to Billy Connolly,
Yeah,
the Wildebeest.
Yeah, the Wildebeest.
Yeah, the Wildebeest joke. Yeah, whenever you went round to Faz's, that's like, yeah, you got to watch the Wildebeest joke. Yeah. So I found out Billy Connolly, who he is, and then Russell
Also a legend, by
Peters.
the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
dad
oh,
introduced us to Russell Peters,
Yeah.
right? So if you think about comedians, and I was to say to you, Russell Peters, yeah, there's always something that you remember that this comedian said, and it just sticks to you no matter what.
Yeah, I think with Russell Peters, it's don't tell me, basket.
No, not for
No.
me. That's not okay. Maybe that for you.
But that was Russell Peters, though, wasn't it?
There was two for me.
There was two.
there
There
was
was
two
two
for
for me.
The first one was somebody's gonna get
hurt
hurt real bad.
Yes.
That was one, and then the other one.
Be a man.
yeah.
Chinese guy
Yeah.
trying to say.
Heaven by day, tap some bong and by night. yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of South Asian comedians, there's only ever been two names that really stick out: Paul Chowdhury
Yeah.
and Russell Peters.
Yeah.
No
Do
one
you know,
else has really.
we had tickets to go see Paul Chowdhury.
Yeah.
I've been to see him. He's not that
What
funny.
about the other?
You know, he's
Hassan
not. Sorry,
Minhaj?
he's funny.
What's his name? Hassan.
Minaj.
Yeah, Hassan Minhaj.
Hassan
The
Minhaj.
American.
the
Yeah,
American
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He's quite funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
But like,
actually.
none of them are really.
What about Tez
blown up.
Ilyas? Local lad.
Local lad, yeah.
Nah, he's. If you've seen some of his,
Some of his stuff
It's
is
like
funny.
Gus Khan as well. Some of it's funny.
Gus
but
Khan,
it's-
some of his is funny
yeah,
as well.
but it's
yeah.
not like hilarious to the point that you can go worldwide and
Yeah, maybe not.
yeah, he's not hit that
no,
worldwide.
that everyone. It's not a comedy that
He's
everybody would watch.
regional.
Yeah, yeah.
He's a
yeah.
regional comic.
and it's a very niche market as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, each comic is regional, but I think we get influenced more from the American side because they just influence the world.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
They influence the world,
The
but
Western
also
world, at
it is kind of similar stuff we can relate to. Not entirely. Not like
yeah.
Peter Kay. We can relate to it entirely.
Yeah, but Americans can't relate. Oh God, Americans can't relate to our comedy as much because
No,
like
'cause
British
they don't-
comedy,
yeah, they don't get it.
American comedy, completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We grew up with America all over our screens, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
So those
Well,
are
yeah,
my
did-
those are
did-
my comedians that I grew up with.
Yeah.
So which ones did you grow up with?
Well, just before we move on to my, I'm pretty much the same. You know.
Was it?
Yeah. Well, we kind of grew up together, so
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was the same. But I do remember having a conversation with you, Zed, a couple of weeks back,
Tell me by Faz.
and
Someone say mine.
and it was a bit of a weird one because we were talking about
Aurelius.
no, we were talking about comedian, and I was like, oh well, you know, who's your favorite comedy duo of all time?
I know.
And his response was Keenan and Kel. I couldn't believe it. I was
Who put the screw
like,
in the tuna can?
out
Yeah,
of all
no,
the
we-
comedians,
we
that's
grew
Keenan and
up-
Kel.
We grew up with Who Loves Orange Soda?
Kel loves orange soda. Is it true?
I do. That was the most iconic line.
Yeah,
I
it was
think,
part
at
of
this
the
point.
yeah. Come on,
as well as Will Smith in Fresh Prince
Fresh
of
Prince of
Bel-Air.
Bel-Air, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like talking about Will anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Did you watch
That
that
whole-
podcast from his?
Do you know? I don't know whether to even believe any of that because
Yeah.
So outlandish. It's
no,
so
yeah,
kind of
because
cancelled
first of all,
So
I'm only
wild.
hearing this because of the other podcast I watched. The host on that is notorious for the lies. Yeah, and then
What, the female?
yeah, for lying apparently.
Well, it fits in perfect.
Yeah,
with,
allegedly.
Will and Jade.
And that person who came out with that story is that he only did it on that podcast because no one else would have him.
Yeah.
And that person who got him on the podcast was the only one who said yeah, because he even approached Vlad, and Vlad was like, "Nah, I'm going to stay away from you."
Yeah,
mate.
but the one thing I would say is
There's no smoke without fire.
there's no smoke without fire.
Um,
And you know what? Some of it might be far fetched because
But,
some of it
okay.
was just unreal.
but even if
I
it's-
was hurting listening to it.
yeah,
I was hurting listening to it, like because I've always loved Will Smith.
I've loved Will Smith.
He
And-
never could step out of line, could he?
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
was
He
always
was like the perfect-
He was a
guy.
golden. He was a
Yeah.
golden guy.
Yeah.
The golden
I'll
boy
be
of
honest with you.
Hollywood.
Growing up, I wanted to be Will Smith.
Oh wow.
I thought he was hilarious.
I wouldn't go that far.
He's good looking.
I mean,
Yeah. He was the guy. There's no
He was
doubt
the guy,
about
that's
it.
what
He
I
was the
mean.
guy.
Would you not want to?
Summertime.
Yeah, all the music. He had hit after hit.
However, knowing what I know about their family dynamic and
Yeah.
you know all the stories that have come out and the way that Jada is and all the rest of it, it's like it's hard not to think that some of this probably is true.
Yeah.
And Hollywood is so effed up that I could see it happening.
Yeah.
Everything he said, I could see happening.
Well, what are some of the things he said? Because
Ah,
the only one that I know of
yeah,
is the encounter where he opened that door.
With Dwayne Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
he saw that.
crazy.
But even if that happened, so what? That's his own personal life.
No, it is,
Yeah.
but that's
if that's what he wants
Yeah.
to do, then that's what he
no.
wants
But
to
he
do.
was like, "Look, I'm not bothered, but Will, you should come out about it.
Yeah.
Like, why hide?" But then the whole thing about Jada having so much stuff over his
All these
head,
affairs and
yeah,
all that
and
stuff.
like yeah,
She
yeah.
ruined him, really. And I've always thought she loved Tupac and never got over him.
Well, have you not seen bloody have you seen the Tupac like All Eyes on Me, but with like Jade on the front? Yeah, it's like even like with her latest promotion tour that she did, like, oh yeah, Tupac wanted to propose to me while I was in prison.
Yeah, and I don't get what she's trying to do.
Yeah,
like,
like, 'cause it's
you're
just-
with Will Smith.
Yeah, I
he's
know.
your husband. He's your partner.
Yeah.
He's, I mean,
Yeah, like,
he's
hold
achieved,
him.
He's probably achieved
Protect
more than
him.
Tupac.
Yeah, exactly. Protect
in
the
terms-
guy.
Yeah.
But then apparently,
he's a household icon.
apparently they weren't even married for so many years, which is
Who,
why.
Will and Jada.
Yeah, they were like separate but together,
Together.
kind of thing.
Yeah,
strange.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I think, I think she ruined him.
Yeah,
Over
but
the
not
years,
to get
they've
into
taken
the
its toll.
not to get into the Will stuff. I think that's just kind of worms to be honest. But I think I've been unable to watch his new movies.
What, Emancipation?
Yeah, and I think he's got another
Yeah.
one coming out or it's just been released. Yeah, it's a difficult one, but
Yeah,
he was the guy. At one point, he was the guy.
he was the guy.
Yeah, he was the guy.
Yeah. For me, growing up, Def Comedy Jam,
Yeah, iconic.
iconic stuff.
Chris Tucker.
Yeah,
on
Chris
there.
Tucker. Yeah.
Come here, girl.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a comedian.
There was Bernie Mac,
Bernie
absolute
Mac.
legend,
Yeah.
and no one had presence like him.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
think.
Bernie on
Because
that stage
he would
is,
come out to a rowdy stage, like he would take on that challenge. Let's say, for
And
example, the
the
person who went before him, I can't remember who, sort of riled the crowd up the wrong way. And then Bernie Mac came out, and he wasn't from the area, and he's like, "I'm scared of you, mother,"
Yeah.
and he's like telling them to their face. And this is not a crowd that you will talk to like that. Do you know what I mean? And the way he just dominated that stage, and he just turned all their sort of anger and made it into one of the most iconic stand-ups.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go into it because it's not very appropriate, but Bernie Mac, Def Comedy Jam,
Yeah, he's a guy.
and that's where I feel
Big
like
bounties.
I'm heavy stuff.
What was his
Bliss.
TV show? He used to have?
Bernie Mac.
Yeah. And then, like it was
Hey.
Bernie Mac, and he was a dad, and then he had
Yeah,
his kids, and
yeah, I
what was that
can't
called?
remember.
I don't
can't
know.
remember.
I can't remember. I
That,
used to
that
watch
was
it all
on
the time,
big
though.
on the UK screens. That.
What are you on about? I used to watch it all the time. I used to love it. I can't even remember what it was
Ah.
called though.
I can't
That's how much I
remember.
loved it.
Mr. Producer, Bernie Mac, the Bernie Mac Show.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
Bernie
Yeah,
Mac
the
show.
Big
Yeah,
Mac.
is that much of a legend?
Mac Show.
His show was named after him. Yeah, like Bernie Mac, Chris Tucker, Martin Lawrence. Like Martin Lawrence, he wasn't really a stand-up comedian. He's a sketch comedian.
Yeah.
He's a movie comedian. But he sort of
He
did the
did do some
introductions,
stand-up,
didn't he? Yeah, but he
Through
did
Def
the
Jam and that,
introductions, didn't he?
He's more of a host, the
Yeah,
MD,
host.
wasn't he?
Perfect host, I think.
Yeah.
He was. And then like Dave Chappelle came from all that Def Comedy Jam as well. And I think that sort of humour is what I love. And it's not dark humour, but I think dark humour is one of my favourite subjects, but that is more British humour. It's not really American. It's the Brits that really bring it out. Jimmy Carr, the inappropriate stuff he comes out with. Who else is there? Thinking off the cuff now.
Frankie Boyle.
Frankie Boyle.
Just to remind Frankie
Yeah,
Boyle. Or Scotsman.
Yeah, the way that like they carry their jokes. Another one, Chubby Brown.
No, don't even mention. Why are you mentioning him?
Well, I'll tell you a funny story.
He was racist as hell.
Yeah.
That-
I'll tell you what, I went to one of his live shows, and this was in I'm not going to say the area, but it was a pretty rough area. So we got tickets, me and my mate, and we decided. I said to him, I go, "Are you sure we should be attending something like this? Because, you know, he rubs people up the wrong way, right? And if he sees two Asian lads in his crowd, we are gonna get slaughtered. Yeah, he's gonna kill us." And he's like, "Nah, let's do it." So we've turned up. We've gone through into because he never used to have arenas. There were small, like arts theatre places and like that, right? So we've walked in, and these people are looking at us like, "What are these two Asian lads doing here? What is going on?" Nobody said anything to us, by the way, but you can tell like they're saying, "Oh, these lads have got it in for them today." So we sat down, and then out comes Roy Chubby Brown, and we were sat the third row from the front, but we were sat on the right hand side, right on the end, so you could easily see us.
Yeah.
And he's doing his jokes, and then he starts talking about Muslims, starts talking about Pakistanis, and then he spots us two in the crowd, and we thought,
That's it. It's our turn.
"No, he's gonna get us." He looked at us, he paused, and he just went, "Oh well," and then he just carried on with his show. But bearing in mind, we were very young then. We were about 18, 19 years old then, and he must have thought, "I can't lay into these guys because these guys are kids." Do you know what I mean? So he saved us,
Yeah.
but that could have gone very, very sour, very, very quickly.
Well, we tried to give Jimmy Carr some shit when we went to see Jimmy Carr.
Heckling, because heckling is a big part of it.
I made Jimmy Carr laugh though.
What did you say? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do remember it.
What did you say?
So he asked this question, right? He's like, "Has anyone here seen a ghost?" Yeah. And like, I shout, "Me, Jimmy." And he goes, "How old were you?" I said, "I was a kid." And he goes, "Where was this ghost?" I said, "It was in my bedroom." And he goes, "What was the ghost? What was it like?" I go, "It was a man." And he goes, "What does it look like?" And I go, "Jimmy Savile." Then he goes, and then he couldn't get your name right. He's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Faz." Daz?
Daz, yeah.
What? Baz?
See that?
He like, no, then he goes, "Jimmy, it's F. F for fuck me."
Was he cracking up? He must have been cracking up. Yeah. But that's what I mean. These kind of comedians are brave.
He did say something, right? He goes, I come off the train station and I'm looking around, and now I've come into the show, and I can see the survivors, right? Because it was mainly like the white people there, yeah. And then Faz shouts, "Don't do it, Jimmy! Don't do it like a racist joke."
That's what I mean.
I had to let him know. I was like,
"Don't do it, Jimmy."
But that's what I mean. Those kind of comedians, they are genuinely funny people, because to deal with a heckler on stage in front of thousands of people sometimes.
Oh, and Jimmy Carr demolishes hecklers.
And the thing is,
he got away with it lightly.
Yeah,
I think
and he invites this stuff, don't he? So I've been to another one. Paul Chowdhury is another example. One of my mates heckled him, and as much as he tried to destroy him, he didn't really do it because he didn't have anything witty to say back. You know what I mean?
The thing with Paul Chowdhury is he just goes default to swear at your mum, swear at your sister.
Yeah.
Go down that route, and then speaking an accent.
And it's the same stuff again and again.
It's just repeat. Yeah.
I think he's done the same stand up for about 5 years now.
Although I did love his Zayn Malik series.
Yeah.
I love those.
I don't think Zayn Malik liked it, but it was definitely funny.
Leave him alone.
Yeah,
Leave him alone.
It was
Yeah.
definitely
But
funny.
like in this
It was
situation,
definitely
like so, put yourself in those people's situations, like Jimmy Carr
Yeah.
heckling. Do you reckon you'd be comfortable with people heckling?
I would, but I don't think I'm witty enough. Like you're like great on like on the cuff, like boom boom comebacks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not great with comebacks.
yeah. It's a tough job, that.
Yeah,
It's a tough
Yeah,
gig.
it's a tough
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. That's why what I was saying before. Stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
If you can't do it or you get it wrong, it's unforgiving.
Unforgiving. Comedy clubs, they're the hardest
yeah.
places to do
I would love to do it though.
Yeah.
I have thought about it a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I've thought about getting up, standing in front of a crowd, and doing it at least once.
Yeah.
One time.
one time in your life.
Yeah, one time in my life.
You never know, this might lead to something.
Get up there.
If we do our live
Future
tour,
chats.
we can all have a little segment each.
Yeah.
An audience with the bench warmers.
How many subscribers do you think you need before you start doing live podcasts?
50,000.
I think that's a decent number.
That's a decent number. Yeah.
Mm.
And the only way you're going to get that is through great content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're really, really funny as well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to test you guys now. We have a little bit of a
Okay.
quiz. A very, very short quiz.
Right,
Okay.
It's going to be, the first question is about the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Let's see how clever you are. How many Wayans brothers are there?
6.
6?
There's either 6 or 7. Wayne.
Well, let's-
Wade.
Give us a number.
Keenan.
Yeah.
Then there's obviously Damon.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then there's the two,
Yeah.
Marlon,
yeah,
and I can't remember the others. Sean.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's one more.
And there is one more.
Oh, there's 5.
There's 5. There's 5.
Is it Marley?
No,
I
you
can't
got
remember.
more than.
Yeah, Marley. I know there's 5, but I can't remember what the 5th one.
Well, I think about. I'll give you a clue. Shall I give you a clue?
Yeah.
If you smell what the
Dwayne.
rock, Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Yeah, so you got it straight away. Yeah. Okay. So you
Yeah.
failed that one anyway. So
Hey,
I'm
I got
gonna,
90%.
I'm gonna test how humorous you guys are. So
Right,
I'm gonna say a joke, and I want the
Yeah.
first person to give the answer. And it's supposed to be a joke, obviously. so
Okay,
you have to
okay.
tell the
What's
answer.
it? Explain it again. You're going to say a joke and
I'm
we
gonna
have to
say
give
the
an
joke.
answer.
You have to give me the answer because I want to see how,
What do you mean answer?
like, what the answer to the joke is.
Oh, so you want us
So,
to
for
finish the
example,
joke?
I'm going to say to you, why do we go to bed? And you need to know what the joke is. So you say, well, the bed don't come to us.
Oh, okay.
Do you get what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm going to see
yeah,
how funny and how inclined you are to, how humorous you are, and if you could actually do stand-up comedy.
Okay.
'Cause if you fail, if you don't get 3 out of these 5 questions,
Oh, snap. We might as well give up on the
you
stand-up
give
career.
up on the stand-up comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Yeah. You're
I'm
ready.
loaded.
I'm locked
Okay.
in.
So it's the first person to answer. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go one by one.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay. So, first question. Why don't eggs tell jokes? This is a very easy one, by the way.
Because they're a chicken. Because
No.
they're chicken.
No.
You can't crack them up.
You can't crack.
Because they can't
They
crack.
crack each other up.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. Go on, I'll give you that
oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah, because you're on the right lines, not you.
Oh,
You're on
all
0.
right. Cheers.
Next one.
Nice vote of confidence.
What did the fish say when he hit the wall?
What did the fish
Fish
say?
say when he hit the wall?
Splash.
No.
That was mine. Splash. I don't know why that's
No,
splashing.
you've,
was
got
it?
no,
Tuna.
you've got no idea, do you?
No.
Tuna? Where did tuna come from?
Fish.
Shoot a fish.
Dam.
Damn.
Dam.
Oh, okay, I get it. A
'Cause,
dam.
You know, water, dam, a wall, dam, fish,
Yeah, I
dam.
get it.
Hit me head.
That's like
Yeah,
man walks into a bar.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, but
No, it's not though, is it?
It practically is.
yeah, but the one
A
thing I'd say
dyslexic
here
man
is
walks into a bra.
No, walks into a bar, not bra.
Bra. Dyslexic man.
yeah, but I'll be honest. Like, I don't think any of these are gonna be able to get us on stage where we wow. The
No,
crowd
but
with
I'm just
these.
trying to see how
Okay,
humorous you
okay,
are.
okay, okay.
But,
So
in fairness,
I'm still
you're
winning.
failing. You're
I'm still
winning.
winning.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, get in.
Here's another one. What trainers do chickens wear?
Reebok, cock.
Okay, yeah, you got that one. Well done. Okay. This one you should get because this is sort of on your line because, well, not many of you will know, but Boxer used to be Phaser used to be a boxer in his past life. Is that right? Yeah. He was the under 16 champion and he entered when he was 22 years old. That's all right. Okay. So,
Very good.
Did you know? Well, you should know this. Boxers don't have sex before a fight, but do you know why?
Why?
It's because of the stamina thing, isn't it?
Well, think of it in a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's not serious. Because they don't fancy each other.
Yeah, I thought mine was funnier.
Oh, yeah, you are.
That was terrible.
Well, here's a test of seeing how. Well, let's just see how you answer this one.
Go on.
Why are orphans bad at poker?
Why are
Now, bearing in
orphans-
mind, guys, we've been having some very intense poker games.
Yeah.
So you know how
intense
poker
meaning
works.
phases first hand.
Yeah,
I'm all, in.
All
And
in.
then he's all out.
Yeah, straight away. And then he's like, oh, no, buy me back in. And then his younger brother, bless him. He ends
Well,
up
to be
back
fair, it's
dealing
me
with
who buys him in more than
that.
frigging
Oh, yeah,
anyone.
You do, yeah.
Well, to be
I
I feel
honest,
sorry for the
I
guy.
know.
I am the biggest winner in poker.
All right, so then why are orphans bad at poker?
Because I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a dark joke. No one's counting on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a dark joke. It's because they've never known a full house.
Yeah, that's not even a joke. That's actually very
Well,
bad.
it's a joke because that's something.
Considering that people around the world right now, as we speak, are being made into orphans.
All right, Mr. Handyman.
Wow,
let's-
come on.
That-
Let's not take it down to that level,
Yeah,
please.
all right,
Now.
Mr. Handyman
just
over
saying.
here. Mr. Handyman over here. He likes to
Yeah.
build walls.
Yeah.
That's not very straight.
Yeah.
What size file do you need to turn a 10mm hole into a 20mm hole?
What?
What size file?
File do you need to turn a
Why
10mm
on earth
hole?
would you use a file?
Yeah, why would you use
to,
a file
to,
to
make
make a
a hole?
Well, it's part of the joke, isn't it?
I don't know.
10 mil.
10mm to 20mm hole. What kind of file? A paedophile.
I don't get it though. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. What
It's got on
size
men. What, okay,
file-
what's 10 and oh, okay, I get it now. It's 10 and then
10 to
20.
20mm.
Can you guys?
Yeah, I don't get it. No, I don't
put in
get
the
it.
Comments if you
Do you get
think
it?
that joke
Really, no.
should even exist.
At that point in time, I did think, but yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
don't get it. Maybe it's my age. Maybe it's like
Yeah, it was just a terrible joke.
And on that bombshell,
we know never to. If you ever gonna go see Zed in stand up,
Don't do it.
don't bother.
Don't
if,
do
you,
it.
if you ever see live Saturday Zed, blah, 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 blah,
Zed.
don't buy them
Yeah,
tickets.
don't buy the tickets.
You're gonna
yeah.
get that 10 to 20 mil joke.
Yeah, yeah,
paedophile.
yeah. If you want a shit night and you don't mind wasting money, go see Zed live in action. Do him that favour. He'll make sure he
Yeah,
ruins your night.
and let us know in the comments from all them 5 jokes which one was your favourite.
Yeah.
I know which one phases was. Paedophile.
God almighty.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you guys later.